then the ball comes back, a little bit fortuitous. Virgil's on his heels, and they get the absolute dream start. 3 mistakes on the spin, and it's not like Liverpool.
It was a little bit of a mixture of both, really. I thought Liverpool were quite sloppy. They weren't getting out to people, not playing their usual game. Villarreal were getting in, but they were chalk and cheese from the first leg. They were getting after people. They were putting tackles in, and this header was fantastic. Great ball from Capoue. And Coquelin gets up at the back post, and Trent was on his heels, and he just had the motion.
How horrible is it, Rio, to play in a stadium, a cauldron-like atmosphere like this? And we'll see the Villarreal press in a second, but when a team comes out so driven and so possessed and so desperate to do the job.
It's about being ready for it. I think you come here, you've got to expect that this is a tight, small stadium compared to the big, huge stadiums that they're probably used to playing, especially like Anfield. And you have to expect this. This is the press that they came out with. They were on the front foot. They were higher in all areas compared to the game at Anfield, and there shouldn't have been any surprise. But you need this. You need your fans to lift you as well. But the fans react to what you put out there, and the guys in yellow shirts in the first half were immense. And Liverpool weren't ready. They didn't know how to deal with it. And it's a blueprint for many other teams. If you're going to look at it and think, if we can play like this and put them under this pressure, we might get something out of it. Because the big thing for me is second half. I don't understand how this team come out second half and don't do exactly what they've done to get them into the position they were in the first half.
Would they be physically capable of doing that?
But they got. Me and Crouchy said this before. They got nothing else to play for this league. Make 3 subs at half time even and say, listen, let's go for it. If someone's put your hand up, be honest. If you're struggling physically, come off that pitch. If you give me your all, I'm going to get someone else on there. You can't play Liverpool in second or third gear. You've got to be at full tilt to be able to compete with this team. If you're not, they showed you what happens in the second half, you get dealt with.
You spoke to a Spanish journalist, Jay, didn't you? He said we were expecting them to do that. It felt for me they've got nothing else to play for. They had to keep that energy and that pressing up, but it was like they sat back on purpose. It was a tactical decision to sort of allow Liverpool to come onto them, and it was the wrong decision, obviously.
Liverpool must have just come out for the second half and just thought, hallelujah, they've stopped. They're letting us play, and that's the reality. They let Liverpool play.
Yeah, I think that's what we all were sitting upstairs thinking, saying, wow, Liverpool, if Villarreal come out on the press again, it's a much harder second half, I think, for Liverpool. But you have to give Liverpool credit. They smelt some blood and they went and dealt with it. And they were immense in the second half. They punished this Villarreal team.
Yeah, there's 2 theories, isn't there? They either weren't physically capable of going again, or they were told to actually sit back. And we think it was that they were getting told. This is an interesting goal because Fabinho actually, he's looking across and then he sees the goalkeeper just creeping out, doesn't he? And he changes his mind last minute, I'm sure of it. He almost changes his legs, stutters, and hits it hard. The goalkeeper still should save it.
Got to do better, hasn't he, the goalkeeper?
The goalkeeper actually making that little move that you just saw there actually encouraged Fabinho to shoot instead of crossing it. I bet he wishes he didn't.
And then there is the momentum change.
Oh yeah, it shifted straight away, and
you felt it in here, didn't we?
Yeah, you could sense it, and Liverpool would sense it, and that's why they're killers, because they sensed that and they capitalised on it with more goals.
I think Virgil touched on it in that interview we done there. Diaz, the difference maker. Yes, Villarreal stepped off the gas, but Diaz coming 1v1 was a big difference, and this is his goal. Trent, to be fair, Trent can cross this ball with his right foot. Look at the space he's got here when it gets out to him. This is the difference between Trent and a lot of other players. He's now adding the left foot to his armoury. Most other right backs there get the ball out of their feet on the right foot and cross it. No, I want to change the angle up here, and it's a good header in the end. But Diaz, for me, was the difference maker, and that ability to go 1v1. Foyth, who found it difficult in parts in the first half, this guy came on and was mesmeric.
I've never seen a player hit the ground running like him. When you consider all the things that he has played in a foreign country, doesn't speak the language, all these, to pick up the way Liverpool plays straight away like he has is just incredible. And now, no question about it, he's a starter in any bit.
In the final he starts.
And I think they've got great strikers here at Anfield. He's something different. He wants to get you 1v1 and run at you at all times. That's his first thought. Salah would want to get the ball in behind a lot of the time. You get the ball to feet, shift it and shoot. But the dribbling, how he uneases and unnerves defenders, his trickery. I mean, he's balanced. This bit here, he gets a yard, moves defenders. I think he's a fabulous player, man. What a player! He's one of my signing, if not the sign of the season for me.
And out of possession as well. Out of possession, he's just Liverpool. He doesn't go down roll. Even when he gets fouled and he doesn't get given, he doesn't start rolling. He doesn't start. He just gets up, starts sprinting, chasing the ball back, and That's just you can't buy that initial reaction to losing the ball. He just wants to go and win it back again.
The signing as well, it was the timing of the signing as well. Liverpool were going through, they were winning games, but they were going through a little bit of a lull, and he came in and he's invigorated the whole dressing room. I spoke to Jurgen Klopp about him, and he said, you know, he comes in. I've never seen anyone enjoy football so much. He loves coming in every day. He enjoys what he does, and it's showing.
I think what's great as well, when a player comes in, the first thing you want to do, we've all been there when you join a club, you want to impress your teammates. You want your teammates to respect what you're about. And he's coming in immediately, they've all swarmed to him. They love what he's about, his energy and his aura that he's given off. And the fact that he's coming on and impacting games as well, just gives it even that bigger amount of oomph.
And we should see the last goal, because to round it off, Liverpool won the game on the night.
Yeah, I mean, this was... You could feel it. So for the first 5-10 minutes of that second half, it was just one-way traffic. The game was amazing in many ways. Liverpool absolutely battered Villarreal, both halves at Anfield, and then they've been battered in one half, and then no half has been close. And that was obviously icing on the cake. Goalkeeper again making a bad decision. You can see Sadio Mane's in his own half, can't be offside. And it's a nice finish, you know. I'm thinking here, you know, you are on, yeah. He does everything perfectly. He takes that extra touch, doesn't he, just to simplify the finish a little bit more. But even then, on your 8 foot, you're still thinking, concentrate here. But that was dead and buried after that one.
Brilliant. Rio, I keep seeing you looking down the touchline. Are you waiting for another? Are you trying to get another player to come?
Yeah, you just want